today. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Fielded in the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Play action. Now Kaepernick. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a play fake. Kaepernick under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Kaepernick. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Eagles 3.
And just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
On 3rd down, you'll give him that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A huge play there for Washington. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jones. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Ronald Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
And this carries into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Sanders on first down, not finding much of anything there, as he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between.
As Sanders has it poked free, and it's Washington that scoops it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Washington.
From 4 yards out. And Washington going to add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, Kaepernick. And his throw is incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two.
Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown.
For the extra point.
So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
At the 25-yard line.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. The ball comes out, and it's Washington that scoops it up.
Kaepernick on the keeper.
And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the gun on third down, Kaepernick. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Washington takes over first and 10. at their own 46.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A gain of 32 that time. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ronald Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders and the Philly offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. Looking for Rager again. This time he's got him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Eagle. Kaepernick now on 1st down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Kaepernick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Kaepernick. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now Kaepernick again. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. On play action, they'll throw. They'll buy some time right. And this one is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big play there just before halftime. 71 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now back to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. And the route is on here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Jones. They find some open field here. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on.
And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's go,
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. He'll fire it deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 62 yards. They'll try to run with Sanders. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. But, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25-yard line. From midfield, here's Kaepernick.
That's complete to Hightower.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Kaepernick looking to throw. 3rd and 2. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
At the 38-yard line.
Kaepernick to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Flushed out right. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 9-yard line.
The Eagles on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Kaepernick now to throw. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Rager, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. And he'll bang that one through. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On first down, Jones. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Can they get a 4th quarter pick? A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
The 29-yard line.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And quickly finding Rager. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Kaepernick. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
Kaepernick's pass. Intercepted by
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. Then he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line.
intercepted.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Sanders has it over the middle.
Kaepernick.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got it at the 15. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15.
First and 10.
Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Not much there, only a yard. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Gain of 6. Makes it third.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. One final try for Kaepernick. We've seen this before. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Wes Watkins. Incomplete.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot there.
On one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, offer not really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Washington, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat.